So here's the thing about earbuds in 2025. The battle isn't really about specs on a page. It's about how they fit into your life. And when we talk about the hottest matchup right now, it's the brand new AirPods Pro 3 going head-to-head with Nothing's latest Ear 3. One comes from Apple, a brand that practically defined wireless earbuds and built them into an ecosystem juggernaut. The other comes from Nothing, a young disruptor with style, confidence, and a transparent design language that screams different. But this showdown isn't just two brands. Because in the background, Sony, Bose, Anker, Jabra, and Samsung are all saying, "Don't forget about us." This video isn't going to be a quick spec list because you can read that anywhere. This is about what it actually feels like to own, to wear, to depend on, and to live with these earbuds every single day. By the end, you'll know exactly which model fits your world, your ears, and your priorities. Let's be honest right away. AirPods Pro 3 are Apple's most refined version of the same familiar design, with new tricks like heart rate sensing, live translation, better ANC, and improved microphones. Nothing Ear 3 lean heavily into their signature see-through style, adding a super mic setup, a metal accent build, and better ANC than before. The price difference is big. AirPods Pro 3 at around $250, Nothing Ear 3 at about $149. That alone makes people ask, are AirPods really worth $100 more? Or are you just paying the Apple tax? Well, let's walk through it piece by piece, because the truth is in the experience. Design is the first thing that hits you. With Nothing, you're getting something bold, transparent, and almost futuristic. These are earbuds you want people to notice. The case itself is a conversation starter, lightweight, square with rounded edges, a little industrial, a little playful. Pull out the buds and you see the circuitry, the metal touches, the stems that stand out. They're more like jewelry for your ears than tech accessories. AirPods Pro 3, on the other hand, are minimalism perfected. They don't scream, they whisper. White, clean, rounded. The case opens with that satisfying snap and disappears into your pocket without a second thought. The fit is familiar and comfortable for most, and Apple has refined tiny details like venting and balance, so you barely notice they're in your ears. If you care about aesthetics and want your buds to make a statement, Nothing is your brand. If you just want earbuds that feel invisible, Apple is your winner. But design is only skin deep. What about sound? Nothing Ear 3 are tuned to be fun. They're punchy, bass-forward, energetic. Think pop, EDM, hip-hop, playlists that make you move. They add a little sparkle on the top end, enough to feel exciting, even if they're not the most detailed earbuds on the planet. AirPods Pro 3 go for balance and clarity. They're tuned to reveal details without overwhelming you. Vocals sit right in the center, instruments separate naturally, and they're good across everything from podcasts to acoustic to orchestral to casual playlists. They won't make you say wow in the same way Nothing will, but they also won't fatigue your ears after hours of listening. If you like fun and lively sound, Nothing gives you that instant smile. If you want reliability across every genre, AirPods are the safe, smart bet. But sound quality is only half the story, because in the real world, you're surrounded by noise, and ANC, active noise cancellation, is what transforms earbuds from nice to have into lifesavers. Apple made real progress here. The AirPods Pro 3 ANC is roughly twice as effective as before, especially across mixed environments. Low-frequency rumble? Gone. Office chatter? Dampened. Transparency mode? Still the most natural in the business. It's like your ears become superhuman, flipping between silent bubble and open conversation without the pressure or hiss. Nothing Ear 3 have leveled up too. Their ANC is genuinely strong for the price, and while they can't quite hit Apple's consistency in every environment, they do a solid job at masking the world. For first-time ANC users, they feel like magic. For veterans, you'll notice Apple is still ahead, especially with transparency, which feels so natural, it's like you're not wearing earbuds at all. Now, here's where I throw in the first curveball. Because while everyone's busy comparing Apple and Nothing, there's a bigger picture. Sony's WF-1000XM5, Bose's Quiet Comfort Ultra earbuds, Anker's Liberty 4NC, Jabra's Elite 10, Samsung's Galaxy Buds Pro 2, these are all sitting right next to them on store shelves. And if you're serious about buying, you need to know where these fall. Sony WF-1000XM5 are lush, warm, and customizable. The ANC is top tier, especially on planes. The app is ridiculously detailed, letting you tweak EQ, noise modes, and more. It feels like you're living in a cozy lounge with endless control. The downside is the fit. If you've got smaller ears, they might feel chunky. Bose Quiet Comfort Ultra earbuds, these are the kings of ANC. If you fly often, nothing melts airplane rumble like Bose. The sound is clean, clearer than older Bose models, and the comfort is surprisingly good for long sessions. They're not cheap, but if peace is your #1 priority, Bose is always in the conversation. Anker's Liberty 4NC are the value champs. You get 80% of flagship features for half the price, strong ANC, fun sound, and an app that keeps getting better. They won't flex bragging rights, but they'll flex savings. Jabra Elite 10, comfort and calls. If you live on Teams and Zoom, these are workhorses. They stay comfortable all day and make you sound professional on calls. Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro 2, perfect if you're in Samsung's ecosystem. They pair seamlessly, offer spatial audio tricks, and sound great with Galaxy phones. So here's your reality check. AirPods Pro 3 are the most complete package for iPhone owners. Nothing Ear 3 are the stylish, energetic disruptors at a friendlier price. Sony and Bose are the kings of ANC and lush sound. Anker is the best value. Jabra is the office hero. Samsung owns the Galaxy crowd. That's your landscape. Now, let's get back to real-world living. Microphones, calls. Because what's the point of earbuds if people can't hear you? AirPods Pro 3 make you sound like you're on your phone, even in noisy cafes. They handle wind better than most, and callers rarely complain. Nothing Ear 3 are surprisingly good here. Their super mic setup keeps your voice forward, present, and clear in everyday environments. They don't quite beat Apple in chaos, but they're absolutely respectable. For work calls, both are solid, with Apple pulling ahead if you live in unpredictable noise. Battery life is next. And here's the thing. Both will get you through a workday with ANC on. AirPods Pro 3 average about 6 hours, plus 30 from the case. Nothing Ear 3 stretch a bit further, around 7 hours and 36 from the case. Realistically, codec choice and ANC level matter more. Use LDAC heavily and nothing drains faster. Switch ANC off on AirPods and they last longer. Fast charging is similar. 10 minutes in the case gives you hours back. Both are more than fine for daily life. Smart features can be the deciding factor. AirPods Pro 3 are magical if you're on iPhone. Automatic device switching works seamlessly, spatial audio for movies feels immersive, live translation is futuristic, and little things like ear pressure relief make them comfortable in ways you don't think about until you try something else. Nothing Ear 3 bring their own flair, a slick app, fun customization, transparent design that feels different, and solid Android integration. If you love control and personality, they shine. If you want invisible magic, Apple wins. Let's talk use cases, because that's where decisions get made. If you're commuting daily on trains and subways, ANC is king, and AirPods Pro 3 or Bose QC Ultras should be at the top of your list. If you're in an office all day with calls, Jabra Elite 10 and AirPods are your best bets. If you're at the gym or running, Nothing Ear 3 are light, secure, and sweat-friendly, but AirPods' IP57 rating means they're tougher than they look. For gaming, low latency matters, and while both Apple and Nothing have decent modes, dedicated low latency earbuds like some Anker models might fit better. For travel, again, Bose or AirPods are unmatched. For casual daily use where you want style and fun, Nothing Ear 3. Let's dive deeper into sound because this is where audiophiles perk up. Nothing Ear 3 push the bass, and they do it with confidence. That makes them addictive for mainstream genres, but bass emphasis can mask mids. Vocals sometimes feel a little pushed back compared to Apple's more balanced approach. AirPods Pro 3 don't chase extremes, they aim for consistency. That's why you can listen for hours without fatigue. If you want clinical precision, neither are reference grade. IEMs are your answer. But for daily listening, both are excellent. Codec support matters here. Nothing support LDAC, giving Android users higher bitrate listening. Apple is locked to AAC, but it's optimized for iOS, so the gap isn't as dramatic as numbers suggest. If you're an audiophile on Android, Nothing has the edge. If you're in the Apple world, AirPods are tuned perfectly for that environment. Noise canceling is more nuanced than good or bad. Bose dominate low-frequency rumble, Sony excel at customizable profiles, Apple nail transparency, and nothing get you real hush for less. If you're sensitive to ear pressure, Apple's venting system feels natural. If you just want silence at a friendly price, nothing gets you 80% there. Now, let's add some lifestyle scenarios to paint the picture. Morning commute. You grab the AirPods Pro 3, pop them in, and the subway roar fades to a dull murmur. Transparency lets you hear the conductor announce a delay without pulling them out. You switch to Nothing Ear 3 on another day. You feel lighter, more stylish, the music thumps harder. The ANC doesn't erase the subway as much, but it makes your playlist fun and energetic. Afternoon gym session. AirPods stay in place, sweat rolls off, and the balanced sound keeps you motivated. Nothing Ear 3 pump up the bass, and suddenly, every playlist feels like a workout mix. Evening flight. Bose QC Ultras turn the plane into a silent cocoon. AirPods Pro 3 nearly match it, and you still hear the flight attendant through transparency without pulling them out. Nothing Ear 3 cut enough of the noise to make the flight bearable, but you'll notice the difference. Nighttime relaxation. Jabra Elite 10 stay comfortable in bed. Great for podcasts. AirPods work too, but Nothing's lighter design makes them less noticeable when lying on your side. You see the pattern. Each pair has scenarios where they shine. The ecosystem question looms large. If you're on iPhone, AirPods Pro 3 make the most sense. Everything syncs, everything flows, and the features stack. If you're on Android, Nothing Ear 3 feel at home, with LDAC, a clean app, and no compromises. Sony, Bose, Anker, and Jabra work well across both, but they don't have the ecosystem glue Apple and Samsung offer. Don't underestimate that glue. If you've ever been frustrated by earbuds not switching properly, you know the pain. Apple and Samsung solve it best. Price is the final hammer. Nothing Ear 3 at $149 are aggressively priced. For that, you get a stylish design, strong ANC, fun sound, good mics, and a product that feels premium without breaking the bank. AirPods Pro 3 at $249 cost $100 more, but deliver unmatched transparency, smarter features, and tighter ecosystem integration. Is it worth it? If you're deep in Apple's world, yes. If you just want great earbuds that make you smile, Nothing is the better value. So let's crown winners by category. Design and style? Nothing. Comfort and seamless fit? AirPods. Sound fun factor? Nothing. Sound balance and detail? Apple. ANC strength? AirPods. Transparency? Apple by a mile. Call quality in chaos? Apple. Call quality in normal environments? Tie. Battery? Basically even. Features for iPhone users? Apple. Features for Android? Nothing. Price to performance? Nothing. And for peace on planes, Bose still hold the crown. Here's the takeaway. There is no universal best. There is only best for you. If you want invisible magic and iPhone perfection, AirPods Pro 3. If you want character, fun, and a bill that feels lighter, Nothing. If you travel constantly, Bose. If you crave customization and lush sound, Sony. If you want max value, Anker. If you work on calls all day, Jabra. If you're a Galaxy user, Samsung. Stop chasing the internet's winner. Start chasing your winner. Let me give you one more perspective. Earbuds are the most personal tech we own. They don't live on shelves, they live in our ears, in our pockets, on our desks, in our routines. They soundtrack our lives. They protect our peace. They connect us to people. Choosing the right pair isn't about specs. It's about asking yourself, do I want my earbuds to disappear into my day, or do I want them to add flavor? Do I want them to be invisible or expressive? Do I want maximum hush or maximum hype? Your answer decides your winner. So after all this, I'll ask you again, which matters most to you? Comfort, ANC, sound, or smart features? Drop your pick below and tell me if you're Team Nothing or Team AirPods, because this debate won't be settled by me, it'll be settled by the people who actually wear them every day. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit subscribe for more weekly audio battles and honest guides. Until next time, remember, your ears deserve better than compromise.